Good morning and welcome. This is Sunrise with Dr. Surajit Khanna, a news bite for ages 10 to 25 years old, brought to you by Khanna for Youth. That's KHANNA for youth.com. A good morning message, a short snippet of the news just for today's youth. We are on the air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a little bit after 9 o'clock. Join us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Khanna for Youth. That's Khanna for Youth on Facebook. You could also view our past Sunrise videos at sunriseupdate.com. Dr. Khanna is an attorney, a child safety advocate, a servant of the underserved, champion of the nonprofit organization Voice of the Kids. He launched his post-incarcerated Juvenile Justice Reformation Act initiative, which we call in short the Returning Youth Initiative. Dr. Khanna saw that the Reformation Act did not adequately care for ex-offenders once released, and he decided he would address this with this Returning Youth Initiative, where he is returning underserved, post-incarcerated young adults back to a productive life by providing housing, training, along with the required medical and psychological assistance they need to secure a job, build their careers, improve their lives. Please visit us at returningyouth.com. Good morning, Dr. Khanna, and we're also with us this morning, Priya. Good morning, Priya.
Good morning, Gary, and good morning, Priya. Nice to see both of you on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Well, as we all know that we stepped into May, the month of May. Well, as we know, in February, it is a Black Heritage Month. Similarly, May is also known as Asian American Pacific Islander Month. Well, why such a big name? Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Well, officially, this month was recognized to be like this since 1990, just a decade ago, or 2 decades ago. But the history goes like this, that on May 7th, 1843, the first known Japanese immigrants arrived in the United States. And also, on May 10th, 1869, there's a completion of the first transcontinental railroad, and it was built by the laborers, thousands of laborers of Chinese workers. So these are the 2 things, important things that commemorates this Asian American Pacific Islander heritage. Well, this is a big name, right? Asian Pacific. So audience, what does Asian Pacific includes? What countries does this include? Well, it includes China, Japan, Korea, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Samoa. And also, that's why it's called Islander or Pacific Islander. In the Pacific Islander, it calls India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan. So this comprises this Asian Pacific Islander. Well, in US, how does it matter to US, right? So in US, there are 4 major Asian groups. 4. And those major Asian groups comprises of 6 origins. And those 6 origins are Chinese, Indian, Filipino, Vietnamese, Korean, and Japanese. Actually, this marks 85% of Asian Americans as of 2019. Well, we have a wonderful person with us, like Gary already introduced all of you, Priya. Priya Saini, she is our co-host for Inspire Your Best Life. And she is an Asian Pacific Islander origin. And she's from Chicago. And Chicago is in Illinois. So Chicago is the third largest Asian population in United States. The first one is California, the second one is New York, and the third one is Chicago. So today she's here to kind of highlight a little bit about her experience or her knowledge about this Asian Pacific Islander heritage. So Priya, what do you think about this heritage, and what do you think, why it is important for us in US to appreciate, recognize, and celebrate this month?
Good morning, everyone. So I think that, every heritage should be celebrated and have, a dedicated time where we can celebrate all their contributions that they've made to, culture as a whole, especially in America, because we're all a melting pot. So what I wanted to do was share a few inspiring stories about young Asian Americans all across the country who have stepped up to combat racism and address the public health crisis in their communities. So starting with Ohio, Tessa Juan and Ohio Progressive Asian Women's Leadership were concerned with the rise in hate incidents targeting Asian Americans in Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and all across Ohio. So they led a sign-on letter with hundreds of signatories to demand action from their elected officials, and sent the letter to the governor, state legislators, local city council members, public officials throughout the state, and asked that they stand in solidarity with the 350,000 Ohioans who have Chinese, Asian, or Pacific Islander heritage to speak out against hate. In Kansas, Jordan Payton, who's a part of the Kansas State University Asian American Student Union, made and released infographics and statements regarding anti-Asian hate. And Jordan has also been working with the Manhattan community to help continuing bringing meals to those in need and connecting people who are in the city together by doing so. Some of the things that the student union in Kansas has been doing includes raising funds to buy masks for underserved communities. And they also reached out to their local high school to host an online event to let them know that they're stronger as a community together. And lastly, in Washington, Henry Liu has been doing grocery deliveries for the elderly in Seattle's Chinatown district every week. He works as an interim CDA, which is a nonprofit for affordable housing and community development organization that serves low-income, refugee, and immigrant communities. And he also uploads videos to his YouTube channel to feature local businesses and highlights community work in Seattle.
Wow. A lot of knowledge you shared today, this morning, especially to our young adults, that why and how one of this heritage is important in our country. And you're right, Priya and Gary, that our country is built with multicultural and multi-nationalities here. So definitely we need to appreciate, recognize each and every heritage, and we have only 12 months. So, it's not fair that we, only appreciate on that particular month. Like we used to go back in the February of the Black Heritage. Well, the African American people, Asian people, Italian people, and many people in this country has contributed a lot to build this U.S. a strong nation. It's called the nation for the brave and for the freedom. So all these things could not have been done without all these wonderful individuals coming from different countries, different culture, different race. So I really thank Priya to highlight few of the things, because that's our today's hot topic going on around US about the hatred, especially towards Asian people because of coronavirus. So, and that's not fair. And that's not fair because heteroism, destroys the whole nation. So I'm glad that we are bringing this up today in this SunRISE, especially for the young adults. We are there for you. We are there to support every single heritage and want to make sure that everyone are well protected. And again, I just want to make sure that please be safe. Please wear your mask, do your proper sanitization, because we are having a second or third wave, whatever is going on, especially in the Asian country right now. We are having a major crisis. So please stay safe. And I'll be turning on to Gary for fun stuff on Wednesday morning.
Thank you very much. Yeah, fun stuff. There's always something fun, something interesting. So today is, believe it or not, National Take Your Bike to School Day. Bike to School Day. When I was young, I used to bike across the George Washington Bridge every day, Dr. Khanna. If you believe, yes, if you believe that.
Let's do it today.
We used to ride between the traffic and everything else. No, I'm just joking. We never did that. But bike in the city, I don't know how safe it is, but it is bike today. Be safe. Maybe the parents will drive next to the kids. That's the most important thing. We don't have any accidents, but it's a little bit of exercise. Get your kids exercising, get them out in the fresh air, and getting them up a little bit earlier than take the bus and go. Let's roll with it. Bike to School Day. So please join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're all three of us get on our bikes later and take a little ride around the block. We are on the air a little bit after 9 o'clock. And please don't forget Friday, we have a great radio show at 3 p.m. and video show. We're going to have a state senator with us. We're real excited about that. And want to say thank you, Priya, for joining us and your input. And thank you, Dr. Khanna, and God bless.
Thank you.